Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. Some thoughts about Monte Carlo this far. We are just in the middle of the week, guys, so the big matches are not. We are still ahead of us, the semi-finals and finals and quarterfinals tomorrow. But we have seen some matches, guys, and what can we say so far? Pretty expected results, I would say. Nishikori has been knocked out, Cilic has been knocked out, Kashanov has been knocked out. It's not any players that has shown any great results the last couple of months, to say the least. So that was not a surprise to me. These three players, especially Cilic and Nishikori, they have not done much, guys, the last couple of 8 to 10 months, to say the least. Kashanov, he has not been good either, by the way, but he at least won the Masters 1000 title 5 to 6 months ago in Paris Masters, I believe, when he defeated Novak Djokovic in that final. But he's not good either. He has been really downhill since then. Kashanov, the hard-hitting Russian, and Nishikori and Cilic, they have been disaster, guys, the last couple of 8 to 10 months. Cilic has been basically, since the Australian Open final 2018, he's been a mess, guys. Since that Australian Open 2018 against Roger Federer, when he lost in a 5-set battle, he has been a mess. So these three are out of the competition already, it was not a surprise to me. And the same as well for a guy like Shapovalov. Dennis is he's a good gen player. I'm not saying that he's bad by any means, but he has a lot of things to improve, guys. His serve and his returns are not great, guys. Yeah, he has powerful serves, but he almost never puts that in, guys. He basically plays with second serves. I remember the match against Roger Federer in that Miami Open semi-finals, I believe. Yeah, Dennis, I don't know how many first serves he put in, but that was not crazy much. I believe it was 52%, if I'm not mistaken. And with 52%, you don't do any big damage, guys, especially not on clay. You have to have that serve that can help you, guys, to get some cheap points, because everybody isn't not Rafael Nadal, who kills his opponent from the baseline with long, grueling baseline points. Every point is difficult to win against the clay court terminator Rafael Nadal. But Rafael Nadal is in his own league. He's like from another planet when it comes to this red dirt. So all the others, they need to have a good serve. They need to end the points fast. All the others, inclusive Novak Djokovic as well, because he isn't not any Rafael Nadal as well on clay, guys. Nobody is. So Dennis, he has been knocked out as well, and that was not a surprise to me. I am impressed by Dennis Shapovalov's games. I am not saying that he's a disaster player by any means. He's young. He has the future ahead of him to show great results and to improve. But his serve and his returns has to improve, guys, or else he will not be as good as many tennis people around the world believes. Then we have Stan Wawrinka, the 2014 Monte Carlo champion, when he defeated Roger Federer, unfortunately, in the final in a 3-set battle. I remember, after Roger Federer won the first set, but then lost the second and the third set. And the 2015 French Open champion as well, Stan Wawrinka. I have had him as a dark horse these couple of tournaments, and you know, guys, who followed my videos, because I felt that he's maybe coming not to his old self, because we will never see a Stan Wawrinka to his old self when when he won Australian Open 2014, and when he won French Open 2015, and when he won US Open 2016. He was in his peak of his career these 3 years, apparently, because he won one Grand Slam in all these years, 2014, 15, and 16. But I thought that he's taking some baby steps forward in his career, and maybe cracking in the top 100 again, because I don't think that he's in the top 100 ranking. I think he's outside the top 100 ranking. He's playing these big events by wildcards. But no, he won that first set against Cecchinato 6-0. He totally destroyed the Italian who was in that semi-final in French Open last year after defeating Novak Djokovic in the quarter-final. But of course then Cecchinato lost to Dominic Thiem in that semi-final last year in French Open. But after that first set that Stan won against the Italian guy 6-0, then he I don't know, I felt that he collapsed after that set. Anyway, that the Italian hard-hitting guy won the second and the third set. So Stan Wawrinka is out as well. A little surprise to me, because he was a dark horse. I thought that he maybe would win 1 or 2 matches. For most, not more than that. I didn't believe that he won't win the tournament. You all know who I believe will win the tournament, and I'm going to speak about him in a couple of minutes. So Stan Wawrinka is out as well. What was a little surprising to me so far, nothing has been surprising to me so far in this tournament in Monte Carlo. I'm going to say what has been little surprising to me. Not much, but little. It's Alexander Zverev's performance against Felix Aliassime. We all know that Felix Aliassime has been really good these couple of months, especially these couple of weeks. He was in that semi-final in Miami, like we all remember, lost to John Isner. He won. He was in the final in Brazil, I believe, also in February, something like that, in a clay court tournament. And he's a great player with huge ground strokes and with big talent. So I thought that he maybe would upset Alexander Zverev, who has been a mess as well, like Nishikori, like Cilic, Karen Khachanov. And Alexander Zverev has been the same since that London ATP Tour Finals title last year in November. So he has not shown any great results, to say the least. So I thought that he would have some trouble against this upcoming super talented guy, Felix Aliassime. But he won pretty comfortable in straight sets. So that was a little surprise to me. Not much, but little, because after all, he's the world number 3. So he should be the favorite. But I thought that, considering his disaster form these couple of months, that Felix Aliassime maybe would get an upset there. But no, I was wrong there. And then we have my 3 favorites before the tournament. Novak Djokovic, number 3rd favorite. Dominic Thiem, my 2nd favorite, and number 1, of course, the clay court Terminator, Rafael Nadal. Dominic Thiem, he looked pretty comfortable. He won his straight sets. His first match, I think he won 6-1, 6-4, something like that. So that was not a surprise. I am counting with Dominic Thiem to go deep in this tournament. I believe he will go to that final on Sunday. That's my feeling. So that was, and clay is his best surface, like we all know. He's the light version of Rafa Nadal on this surface. That's why some people call him the Prince of Clay. Then we have Novak Djokovic. Not a surprise as well. I knew that he will struggle against Philipp Kohlschreiber, a decent, good ball striker, who has been around the game for 10 to 15 years with good results, and has been in the top 50, top 100 in so many years, for sure over 5 to 7 years, maybe 10 years. So that was not a surprise that Novak Djokovic will struggle, and Novak Djokovic has not been playing great tennis as well since that Australian Open title, like we all know. So that was not a surprise that Novak Djokovic struggled, but I knew that he would somehow get through. But I don't think that Novak Djokovic will go to that final. I believe that he will lose before that final. And my feeling is that he will lose against Dominic Thiem in the semi-final. So I believe we will get a final between Rafael Nadal, the clay court Terminator, the clay court King, against the clay court Prince, Dominic Thiem. What can we say about Rafael Nadal? It's not so much to say, guys. The clay court King, the clay court Terminator, the clay court Beast. He destroyed, he totally raped RBA 6-1, 6-1, to rape a guy who is 22 in the world, who has defeated the world number one this year 2 times, Novak Djokovic, 1 time in Doha and 1 time in Miami. But that doesn't matter for Rafa Nadal. He doesn't care. He just goes out to the court and just destroys the guy. He just took him apart, 6-1, 6-1. That is proof of a monster, guys. This guy, Rafa Nadal, is a clay court monster. That is no news, guys. And we have still some people who believes that Roger Federer will upset him in French Open. Come on, guys, give me a break. Are you watching the same sport as I do, guys? Come on, guys. Rafa Nadal, his biggest opponent is his health and his body, nobody else. And if he loses to somebody in this clay court season, because he can lose, he's human also after all, it will be only against 2 players and nobody else. It will be against Novak Djokovic or against Dominic Thiem. And if he loses, it will be before that French Open, guys, in 3 sets, because he's little easier to take in 3 sets than what he is in 5 sets. But everybody else, guys, they are just spectators, guys. Just let's face it. Rafa Nadal is the guy to beat. Rafa Nadal is my #1 favorite in Monte Carlo, and he's my #1 favorite in the whole in this whole clay court season. All right, guys, this is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.